Is Autoblogging AI the best AI content software in 2026? Here's a question that I got asked in the community. So here's a question for you, Vaibhav, obviously the founder of Autoblogging AI. Do you genuinely believe, hand on heart, that Autoblogging AI is the best AI content software in 2026 on the marketplace?
Yes, James, I genuinely believe it is the best AI writing software out there.
So, like, the reason why I'm doing this episode is because I want people to watch it, and if anyone's using any other AI content software that there is, any other AI writing tool, I want you to leave a comment. I want you to tell me what you genuinely believe is better, because I'm an investor in Autoblogging AI, right? And I want it to make certain it's the number one choice. I don't like number two, because number two is the first loser, right? And I want Vaibhav working overtime to make certain that it is the best AI SEO content software on the marketplace in 2026. So I want to task you with some question, Vaibhav. Tell me why you think that Autoblogging AI is the best in the marketplace.
I think it's because the number of rewrites that we do, it's not just one article that, like, it's not just a one shot prompt that every other tool out there does. Like, you can simply ask ChatGPT to give you an article on what topic, right? It won't be that detailed that we do. What we do is we basically research everything. We get all the entities and terms from ranking articles. We look at the sources that are ranking in AI overviews. It will go and study every site out there. It will pick up all the terms or statements that it picks up from those sites. It will create a different strategy for you. For every article is generalized in a way, but they are all unique. And the next thing it does is, like, the topical map, for example. Like, autoblogging is the only tool out there.
I'm just going to stop you in your tracks there, right? Because I just want to, each point you make, I want to try to tackle you on it a little bit, right?
Okay.
So you're telling me, if I was to go and get ChatGPT to write me an article, and I give it a prompt and go and write me this article, it goes and writes it. But now what you're telling me is, with regards to Autoblogging AI, it goes and checks the existing rankings, it checks the sources, it's extracting the main entities and attributes and keywords and engrams that's being used on already ranked websites that we know then that Google likes, and then it's integrating those into the content of what it's writing within Autoblogging AI. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah. So it will create a priority of keywords. So, for example, if you're writing an article on what is SEO, and you have some entities like Bing, Google, and it will track how many sites that are ranking on Google have used how many times those keywords, and based on that it will create a list that should go in your article, right? So it covers everything, and it gives a double confirmation to Google that you have actually done a very good research for the article, and it also adds information gain to your article as well. So it will.
So let me stop you again, Mike, before we move on to information gain. So with regards to almost like keyword density, what you're talking about, or TF-IDF, they are part of BM25, like the cheapest form of algorithms that can be being used. So realistically, a lot of those are only being used in, let's say, local SEO kind of SERPs. So if someone's trying to rank for best plumbers in, or near me, or in Manchester, they're not going to run their expensive algorithms on them searches. So normally they're running the BM25 type algorithms, which is query intent, which is query based, TF-IDF, the cheapest form and method. So that works brilliantly in the easy to rank for niches. But when we talk to people like Corey and Harry and Pavel and all these semantic SEO experts, they start talking about, you've got to make certain you do a topical map, a semantic content network, they're making certain that you're repeating the question in the answer with a semantic triple. So from a micro semantics point of view, when you're writing content, if there was a question, not only is it including the entities and the attributes and the keywords of what's needing to be on there, is it ranking, is it actually writing in semantic triples with the answer?
Yeah. So since so I have gone through Corey's course as well, and I know the importance of how each and everything is written. Like, he controls everything, like how a sentence is framed, how a question is framed, even the intro part, everything, what follows right after a heading, and we have implemented all that in the backend. So we do best of both, right? We cover all the terms and entities that should be in the article, and we also control how each sentence should be framed. So we follow all those writing styles as well. So it's like the best of both worlds, and this level of precision in any article writing tool out there, I don't think it is there, right? So that's why I believe autoblogging is the best one, because these little things, even though it seems so little, it is actually quite complex, and people usually they skip, they don't even realize how much work is going on in the backend on all this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And then AI content sometimes sucks. When I just go and use ChatGPT and I'm just using the content, it spits out the same stuff all the time.
Yep.
I stop you in your tracks before, and you're doing correlation, you're doing the right engrams, you're bringing all the entities in, you're doing semantic triples, so all that's great. But then you mentioned information gain. How important is information gain to try to make certain that it's not just AI fluff?
So information gain, what we do is we have added infographics in there as well. So what it will do is it will pick up all the statistics and figures related to your niche. It will create a different paragraph. It will spit out some research. It will create its own research, which is actually factual, because all these figures and everything, it is from different data sets out there. And it will combine all that and add this particular aspect in your article, right? So Google will basically rank your article just because it is getting some more information that will be useful for users, along with covering everything that has already been shared before. So yeah.
So next question. So you were taught there about the micro semantics. You're doing the semantic triples. You're bringing in the engrams and the entities, and it's all really well and good, right? But then we know that a single article on a website doesn't mean anything. You go and write one article on a topic, you've not got topical authority.
Yeah.
But now within Autoblogging, there's a topical map kind of set up and tool. Can you expand on that a little bit? Now, this isn't just for AI SEO content for a specific page. Now we're clustering things together, which can internal link, and we're doing a hub and spokes, and all this is interlinking. Can you expand on the importance of topical authority a little bit, and why you integrated this into Autoblogging AI, and why you think this is another reason why potentially you are the best AI SEO content software on the marketplace?
I believe Topical Map gives your website a direction of what it needs to post on. Like it should not be random stuff. Like for example, if today you decide you want to rank on best football shoes out there, and tomorrow you want to rank for best football jerseys out there. So it should not be random, because Google won't rank you for that. So you need to cover the entire category in a way, entire topic. And what we have done is we have taken inspiration from Corey's course, and we have tried to redo what he teaches or what he has done. We have gone through all his case studies. We have tried to reverse engineer it, why specific titles comes under this specific taxonomy or document. So we have tried to do all that, and we have made it very much simpler for any person or any user to use it as well. So you just need to enter your niche, and it does everything in the backend. It will find out core entities, derived entities, attributes, context terms, your monetization method, your target audience, your source context that you should use, your sites, your entire websites, central search intent, central entity, and it will create a taxonomy structure as well. So which categories your site should have. It will also give you like subcategories, and it will create some query templates as well, like what type of queries should go under topics. And then it will create a content plan for your entire site. Like on day one, you will have like 200, 300 articles that your site should have if you want to rank for this particular topic, or you want to basically get topical authority, right? So it will give you all the structure like right away, and it will all the articles will have a source context for that specific article as well, so that it is all related or connected to your main entity. So everything is all automated in a way, but it has been a nightmare because it is very much complex. Like again, like you give me any other tool out there which does these complex topical maps for you, and with such ease, right? So that's why I think it is the best AI article writing tool out there, because we do all this stuff.
Yeah, and I want to expand a little bit on this, because like
sure,
I call myself a retarded SEO. I call myself that I'm not a great SEO. So I'm going to try and dumb it down, which I'm pretty good at doing things like that. So first and foremost, I want to mention Corey, right? Because Corey's been a massive, massive reason of why you've been able to implement a lot of these things. I love the fact that Corey came out last year and he said that he believes that this tool is the best and closest match to what, and they came out of Corey's mouth that Autoblogging AI is the closest match to his methods. Now, I would expand on that slightly and say he also believes that you need the human touch and that you also need to be making certain that you're hiring an expert on there. So if you just let it run free, it can work probably the best in comparison to other artificial intelligence software. However, a lot of the people in the Semantic SEO group say not everything can be automated. Some things do need that human touch. So I want to add that part in and that disclaimer in. But the fact that Corey came out, I know he was very excited when he came out and said that, and I thought it was a very proud moment for you, and you deserve it because you work very hard and you're consistently looking to improve upon it. But you mentioned there a couple of things, and one of them was the central entity, right? And the next part was the source context. Now, the amount of people that I speak to and mentor from a business standpoint, and they're content writers, or they use freelance content writers, and they just write an article, and it just is a standalone article, and it's not written in the way they think they're advanced because they do tonality and what tone of voice they're going to use, but they're not writing it in the fact of who's this being written for, i.e. the central entity, what company is it being written for, and what's the source context, what do they genuinely believe? Because if I am a commission-based lead generation company, a no-win, no-fee lead generation company, I want to make certain every time I'm writing about lead generation that my source context is about you shouldn't be overpaying on PPC, that you shouldn't be overpaying on SEO. And that kind of angle is that always leading back. My outer content can lead back to my inner content, my core content of who I am, what I do, and why I'm freaking brilliant, right? And that's key. And the amount of people that are writing content and not using, this is the central entity of the website, here's the source context that I want you to do, and this is how you're going to funnel this page over to this page, and everything to interlock as a spider's web to each other. So anyone who's watching this and you're going, oh yeah, a central entity, we include a central entity. Are you including that in every one of your prompts? Because the majority of people that I see that's doing prompts on Claude or on ChatGPT or think they're advanced because they're creating a MyGPT, they're not putting that information in. And this is where it becomes important, because that one article that you write that might be a 2,000 word article could have 1,000 lines of prompts in the back end that they're not even seeing and realizing what's in there for micro-semantics, sentence structure, pulling in the right entities and engrams, making certain the source context right, making certain the central entities right. All this bit of information, they're all 1% little compounding wins, non-commodity content with regards to information gain. So it's not just AI fluff. And that's why I personally believe it's the best AI SEO content software there is on the marketplace. But I still want people watching this to comment. I still want us to reach out, because every day is a school day and I know it can be better. And I want to make certain Vaibhav's working overtime to improve upon what it's like today, next week, and the week after, and the week after that. So if there's anything that can be improved, go and try it. Go and reach out to Vaibhav and get a few free credits, right? And go and try it and tell us what you don't like about it, and reach out to Vaibhav so he can make it better. Because he's the founder and he wants to make it better. But anyway, I want to ask you a few more questions. I want to dig deeper, right? So I asked you at the start, is Autoblogging AI the best AI SEO content software in 2026? And you said yes. Talk to me about AI, because everyone knows AI overviews and seeding the LLMs, right? Because everyone now is talking about GEO, LLM optimization, whatever you want to call it. I'm not bothered what people want to call it. Answer engine optimization, whatever you want to call it. People are obsessed with query fan out. Is there anything in Autoblogging.ai related to query fan out in content or a tool within Autoblogging AI?
So we do have a query fan out query like generator, in which you can basically get all the queries that AI might be looking for, and basically gathering information for all those keywords and trying to rank or mention brands out there, right? So once you figure out all those keywords, you can either create a bunch of different articles on your site covering all those keywords, or you can create a single keyword with all those keywords as headings, or placing them properly in the entire article. So this way, if AI searches for, like, it goes out and searches for 10 keywords, and if it finds your site on every 10 of them, it will definitely mention you out there, right? So this is how you do geo optimization. And the other stuff is how you write the specific semantics, or how you use the semantic triples in your articles. So how the sentence phrasing in a way. So if you are searching for best AI article writing tool out there, and if 10 of the articles on your site for all those query fan outs, they mention autoblogging.ai is the best AI article writing tool out there, AI will basically pick up those lines, like, and quote it as it is in the AI overviews, or even ChatGPT might pick it up. So this is a way of, this is a new way of trying to capture featured snippets in a way, because featured snippets had some specific words or writing style that we did implement as well. Like all our articles, they have those in the key takeaways, even in the intros, and a bunch of different stuff out there, like in the entire article. So this is kind of like compounding on that, and you can simply target all the query fan outs. You can even build out some guest posts using those query fan outs, so that LLMs, they basically get references for your brand. So this way you can spread out in a way. Yeah.
So, right, I'm going to now follow on with this, right? You just mentioned that it's a geo optimization tool. So I want to expand. Do you think that Autoblogging AI is the best geo content software tool in 2026? Is there anything else that you're looking at that proactively is going after the chunking, that writes the chunking that specifically is getting in Gemini AI overviews, and makes certain that that's the best answer it can be for that specific chunk that's being pulled in for all query fan out related terms? Do you think it's the best geo, or do you think there's some more work that needs to be done on it to make it the best? Is the one that's better that's out there?
Yeah, is it? Yes, I believe it is the best right now, but there's definitely like a lot of scope of improvement as well, because everything is changing very rapidly with AI, and how I think Google is testing a lot of things as well. Like every week or so, something changes, and we just try to catch up with that. And again, like the way we write the sentences, they usually get picked up, and I think it is there. Yeah, it is the best right now. Yeah.
So, listicles. Everyone's obsessed with listicles. They work so well. So you give the example there, best AI writing tool 2026, right? And people are doing a listicle. Anyone, by the way, if anyone does an article for best AI writing tools in 2026, make sure you put Autoblogging AI #1, please. No, I'm only messing. But anyone that does do a listicle, and you write, let's say, Autoblogging #1, Claude #2, ChatGPT #3, Cuppa #4, and then there's all these other, Jarvis #5, and there's all these other AI content software tools that there is that's writing the content. Is there a format that needs to be done? Do you have any sort of listicle AI content creation within Autoblogging that can be done if they want to start having listicles being written on guest posts, on press releases, and on third-party corroborative sources?
Yes, definitely. So we do have a listicle type of article. So we have an option when you use Autoblogging, you will find an option called as type of article. It will have informative, it will have service pages or landing pages, it will have listicles as well. So all these, like the entire outline structure, how it works is we have basically tried to mimic all the case studies that Corey has shared, and we have also seen all these ranking articles or how listicles are written, and there is a specific format to it. And it just makes your life easier, or how you like it basically helps you produce a lot more content, because we have already figured out and done all the research that works out there. So for listicles, I would say, like, start with the first heading as the first tool, like have a good intro, and then start with H2 heading as the first one, like Autoblogging is the best article writing tool, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and in the end add some outer content to it as well. Like for example, you can do some question headings like why is Autoblogging the best one, or how did we compare all the tools, what were our strategy of pointers or benchmarks and stuff. So this way you can interlink to your other articles as well, like what is benchmarking for AI tools or whatever. Like you can add more stuff to it.
So you mentioned there a few different content types, which I think is very important as well, to feed the LLMs, to feed the AI. This is the kind of the output of how I want it to look. And a listicle obviously needs to be the listicle, and then you said all the questions of how you came to why these are the best. Does it have, and if it doesn't, then I need you to create this because I think it's important, a comparison article writing content type, and if it doesn't, can you create? Because I also think it's important that if someone's got a big competitor, so for me, let's say Checkatrade versus FatRank, and then I want to feed the AI of why FatRank is better than Checkatrade, right? And I want to write the whole article which defines all the advantages over FatRank over Checkatrade, because I want to do that LLM seeding, that if someone types in, not even Checkatrade versus FatRank, they might type in Checkatrade review or is Checkatrade worth it, and in the AI overview I'm now being cited as being I'm an alternative brand to Checkatrade that can come up for lead generation. So does it have, one, a comparison, or two, an alternatives, competitors type article that might be able for me to do brand jacking against that, which is also a great one to do for press releases and guest posts and seeding that LLM?
So we do have, like for example, let me just go with the first one, the comparison article, the versus article. What you can do is you can simply select informative type of article, because the outline is kind of informative because you're trying to inform users. And we have this option of source context. In that you can simply mention like why your brand is better than this specific brand, what features you have that they don't. It's just like, add some like 5-10 sentences about it, and the AI will entirely frame the entire article biased to your brand in a way. This is how it will work for alternatives as well. In here you will simply need to select listicle article type of article, and for alternatives, like you can simply mention in the source context, like mention Autoblogging.ai is the best alternative to this specific competitor, and then mention the rest others. Like you can even mention a couple of your brands as well. Like James, you already have a lot of brands. For example, you own 4 or 5 different indexing tools out there. So you can mention all those indexing tools. So these are the best ones, the top 5, they are yours, right? And then you can mention the other competitors below that. So this way you can control everything. You can use these articles on press releases or even guest posts or whatever on your own sites as well.
Yes, for sure. So just expanding upon that, if I want a comparison article, I choose informational content type, and then using the source context to explain what I want the output to be, which is very important for the claim, frame and prove model, which is important for manipulating the AI or seeding the LLMs. And then with regards to competitors or alternatives, I'm doing the listicle style. I'm using the source context and saying, here's the main competitors or alternatives to this brand. And in there explaining that, let's say, FatRank is the best alternative. And in there it's right in the article. So anyone who's watching this, you can see the amount of different prompts that's being done in the back end and how easy Vaibhav at the front end is trying to make it for all the different content types, the source context, the central entity, everything that comes around it. But now I want to ask you, the listeners, to leave a comment or reach out to myself or reach out to Vaibhav. Go and try it. If you tried it last year, don't say I've tried it already. Go and try it now. There's been a lot of updates. Go and try the Topical map. Go and try the Semantic Content Network. Go and try the query fan out. Go and try the different content types. Go and use some of them listicles on guest posts and on press releases, and come back to us and show us how well that it's worked. Like, I'm telling you now, it's working like gangbusters. It's working so well in getting into Google's AI overview. But we're challenging you to say, is Autoblogging AI the best AI SEO content writing software there is on the marketplace? Because if it's not, Vaibhav will make it that it is. Vaibhav believes it already is the number one and already is the best. So I want to challenge him to say, if it's the best, I still want it being improved. And if you genuinely believe it's the best AI writing software that there is, still tell us, yes, it is the best, but I would love this feature, and he will add that in as well. So Vaibhav, it's been an absolute pleasure. I've enjoyed doing this episode. Guys, leave a comment, share it, let us know what your thoughts are. Let's try and improve it. It makes your life easier. The better we make this tool, the easier it makes your life in scaling content. Vaibhav, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.